Myself, Dr. Badruddin, Professor in the Department of Education, Khandelwal College of Management, Science and Technology. Today, I will discuss about need and importance of psychotherapy. In today's lesson, I will make you understand the meaning and concept of psychotherapy, aims of psychotherapy, and different types of psychotherapy. Now come to first thing, that is what is the meaning and concept of psychotherapy. The term psychotherapy covers a wide range of treatment procedures whose common characteristic is that they deal with psychogenic illness by psychological methods rather than by the use of medicines and other somatic procedures. The aim is to diagnose mental illness and to apply remedial measures for their cure so that individuals' potentialities may be developed to the maximum. It helps the individual for adequate adjustment in the society. Psychotherapy may be defined as the treatment of emotional or personality disorders by psychological means. Although many different psychological techniques may be employed in an effort to relieve problems and disorders and make the patient a mature, satisfied, and independent person. Now come to the aims of psychotherapy. The aims and objectives of all types of psychotherapies may include the first and foremost aim of psychotherapy is to increase the patient's feelings of self esteem and security. The second important aim of psychotherapy is to release pent up feelings, emotions, and motives such as anxiety, guilt, and hostility. The third important aim of psychotherapy is to increase the insight of the patient into his psychological difficulties and tries to resolve them. The fourth important aim is to encourage the patient to gain confidence and self acceptance. The fifth important aim of psychotherapy is to help the patient to formulate positive goals. Now, come to the types of psychotherapy. Psychotherapy can be divided into many types, such as expressive psychotherapy, directive psychotherapy, play therapy, shock therapy, relationship therapy, occupational therapy, recreational therapy, psychoanalytic therapy, behavior therapy, and transactional analysis. Let us discuss all these psychotherapies in brief. Now come to the first type of psychotherapy, that is expressive psychotherapy. Expressive therapy lays emphasis on the expression of repressed feelings and motives. It may be divided into two types, psychobiology and non directive psychotherapy. Now come to the another type of psychotherapy, that is directive psychotherapy. Directive therapy was developed as a reaction against client centered therapy. The main proponent was Frederick Thorne, who suggested a straightforward plan of behavioral changes. According to this technique, the cause of particular maladjustment must be directly identified and a plan introduced for appropriate behavioral modification. Another type of therapy is play therapy. Many children develop emotional and mental disturbances in their childhood. The techniques of psychotherapy applied to adults are not very successful in case of small children. Child psychologists have developed play therapy for the treatment of mental disturbances in children. Generally, two approaches are used with children: play therapy and family therapy. Play therapy is a technique of modifying behavior of small children who are emotionally disturbed. We take the cooperation of parents and other members of the family in play therapy. Family therapy can be used for small children as well as adolescents. Family plays an important role in developing attitudes in children. The emotional closeness among the family members and frequency of their interaction are psychologically important. Now come to the another type of therapy is shock therapy. There are two methods of shock therapy which are generally used on mental patients: insulin coma and electric shock therapy. In insulin coma, intramuscular injections of insulin are given to patients. This technique was developed by Sakil in 1928 to treat mental patients. Another type of therapy is shock therapy. That includes electric shock therapy. Generally, the psychologist's object is strongly to the use of electric shock therapy. The objection is based on the assumption that no one knows what it does and why it works. The second objection is that this treatment is used indiscriminately. It might be used with any patient having mental problems, and its effectiveness outside deep depression is very questionable. Another type of therapy is relationship therapy. Relationship therapy consists essentially of establishing an effective relationship between the therapist and the patient. The therapist tries to understand the problems of the patient and attempts to reduce his emotional tension. He helps him to grow toward maturity. The therapist emphasizes on the present problems and situations which disturb the patient. Another type of therapy is psychoanalytic therapy. Psychoanalysis as a technique of treatment was developed by Freud. Two aspects of psychoanalysis are very common. Psychoanalysis deals with unconscious mind of the patient and is based on the assumptions that individual in the society has to repress many desires due to social and personal restrictions. These repressed desires are direct into unconscious and spoil the behavior of the individual. These repressed desires and motives are not accessible to conscious mind without special techniques. So, this psychoanalytic therapy lays a great emphasis on knowing the unconscious bent of the mind by applying specialized psychological techniques. Now come to the another type of therapy, that is behavior therapy. If psychology is the study of human behavior, then psychotherapy is the modification of problem behavior through environmental manipulation. Behavior therapy means the treatment of behavior disorders by behavior modification. It may be referred to those techniques of therapy which make use of learning principles in treatment. Now come to transactional analysis. Transactional analysis theory is very comprehensive. It is concerned with basically four types of analysis. The first type of analysis includes structural analysis. The second type of analysis includes transactional analysis, and the third type of analysis includes game analysis, and the fourth type of analysis includes script analysis. Thank you very much.